The easiest way to collimate a Newtonian reflector telescope is by using a laser collimator. However, a lot of laser collimators do not come properly collimated from the factory. So when you try to use them to collimate your telescope, you're not necessarily getting the best results. So today I'm going to show you how to properly collimate your laser collimator. So when you collimate your telescope, you can be sure that you're getting the best collimation possible. Let's get started. So here are the things you need to get started. First, you of course need a laser collimator. I'm using this Hotech laser collimator, but any of them will do. Second, you need a diagonal. I'm using a diagonal from my refractor telescope, and I'm using this little 2-inch eyepiece holder that came with my Newtonian reflector to hold it, but you don't really need this part. You could just use the diagonal by itself. Then I'm using 2 U-bolts. So these ones, as you can see, I bought them for $3 at the local hardware store. So these U-bolts come with the screws, and these simply hold the diagonal in place. And I attached this entire system to this piece of wood using 2 screws. And I just attached it to a random table here in my garage. You also need a pencil for marking things down. And you need a small Allen key for actually adjusting your laser collimator. And all laser collimators have an option for adjustment. In my case, the adjustment screws are hidden underneath this little metal cap. So I just take the metal cap off, and right over here there are 3 adjustment screws at 120 degrees from each other. Those are the screws you adjust to move the laser. And this is a push-pull kind of system. So you loosen one screw and then you tighten the other 2 to move the laser in any direction. You don't want to over-tighten them because, of course, that's not great. So to get started, I will put my laser collimator into my diagonal. And when I turn it on, the laser beam will go from here all the way to the wall over there. And that's where we're going to be making some marks using that pencil. So I'm going to tighten my laser collimator in here. And what I want to do is I want to pick an orientation just so I can keep track of which way this laser collimator is rotated. So this opening over here, I'll start off with the opening facing forward. And just lock this into place. There we go. Okay. And then I'll turn on the laser collimator. And when I turn on the laser collimator, the laser is hitting the wall over there. So let me just go and show you what it looks like. Here is the laser collimator hitting the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little mark using my pencil right where this laser is hitting. Okay, now that we have marked the point where the laser is hitting the wall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my laser 90 degrees. So turned it 90 degrees. That opening is now facing the right side instead of facing straight forward. So now it's facing the 3 o'clock position. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go there and mark where that laser is hitting the wall at the 3 o'clock position. Then I'm going to rotate the laser another 90 degrees. So that opening is facing me now, or at the 6 o'clock position. Now we make a mark over here. So if I block the laser, you can see there are 3 crosses there now. And then lastly, I rotate the laser one more time. This is the 4th time. And now that opening is facing the 9 o'clock position, or that way. And now let's go mark the last spot. Now I'm going to mark the last spot on the laser. That's right over here. So now, as you can see, there are 4 little X's. So we started here and then we went around and marked all 4 positions. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a dot right in the very center of all of those positions. So let's see. So if we make a circle combining the centers of all of those, this is what you get. Right in the center of the circle, that's exactly where the laser actually should be hitting. So now I'm going to go back there and I'm going to slowly adjust the laser until that laser dot hits that dark circle right in the very middle. So now I'm going to adjust the laser one more time so that it's back to its initial position. That opening is facing straight forward again. That's what it was like when we first started. So my laser makes a very small circle on the wall. It's a very tiny circle. It's less than a centimeter. So my laser is very well collimated because I collimated it previously using this method a long time ago, and it has gone slightly out of collimation now. Let's adjust it so that that laser goes right to that center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little Allen key, and I'm going to loosen one screw and tighten the other two screws and then see which way that moves the laser. Okay, so I have to make some adjustments because I bumped my laser. So basically, the laser is now facing the direction which we started in. And looking at the laser markings on the wall there, I can see that I need to move my laser a little bit lower, so a little bit down, so that it hits the circle right in the center there. So I'm going to loosen the front and tighten the two on the back a little bit. See what effect that has. Yep, that ended up moving the laser down, but a bit too much. So I need to very gently make adjustments as I watch the laser on the wall there and see which direction it's moving in. Okay, that looks like it's pretty good. Let's go take a look. Yep, the laser is basically hitting right in the center. Right, very, very close there. So now I'm going to tighten those screws down a little bit evenly all around to make sure the laser stays in place. So again, you don't want to over tighten things. You just want to tighten them enough so that they won't accidentally move. So now we have erased all of the excess from the wall. And now to see if the laser is properly collimated, we will simply turn the laser here and then look at the spot on the wall to see if the spot is moving around. And from what I'm seeing, the laser is staying in one place. It's not moving around or wandering around the wall. So that means that our laser collimator is now perfectly collimated. Thank you for watching.